Welcome again. Let's learn a little bit more about the past and talk about the past. The topic is how was it? What is the competence? The competence for today is that you will be able to talk about past experiences. And the grammar point, it was amazing. The people were friendly. Okay? Just in the grammar point, we are going to learn and practice a little bit how to use different adjectives to talk about experiences. Let's learn some vocabulary about it. The trip was so scary. The flight was very bumpy. So these are some adjectives that help us to describe experiences. And as you can see in this box we have, in this chart, we have some words. These words are called intensifiers. But what is the intensifier's purpose? This intensifier help us to give emphasis to the adjectives. Just for example, in this statement, the trip was scary. We are telling, for example, we are telling in Spanish, el viaje fue muy tenebroso. So, demasiado. No solo decimos que fue, o sea, fue tenebroso, sino fue demasiado. Nosotros intensificamos eso. And the same happened here with bumpy. The flight was very bumpy. The flight was bumpy. Si nosotros utilizamos solo the flight was bumpy, el vuelo fue muy meneado, right? But nosotros queremos darle como extra énfasis. En este caso utilizamos lo que es very. Okay, let's continue. Yesterday here we have another picture, and we said it was really short. It was really long. It was imagine the flight time last 1 hour. We can say it was really short, but the flight time lasts 13 hours. So in this case, we can say that it was really long. Now look at the next picture. Our trip was pretty scenic. So it has a wonderful view. Okay, the drive was kind of boring. It was quite comfortable. It was relaxing. It was exciting. It was unusual. It was interesting. But we have to also remember that there are other adjectives that help us or we can use to talk about experiences, such as um, awesome, beautiful, boring, cool, excellent, famous, fantastic, great, incredible, nice, perfect, scenic, terrific, and wonderful. Okay, let's do a review about the simple past tense. Here we have the subjects pronouns. We can say that I arrived at 3. He, she, it. You can say he arrived at 3. We, you, they. We arrive at 3. Or in the negative case, that we use the auxiliary did plus not, or the contraction didn't. That is the same. But remember that if we have the auxiliary, the member, you don't have to modify. It had to be in the simple present. Like this. He didn't arrive until 6. Remember that in the simple past, we use the auxiliary did to, not only for the negative statements, but also for make questions. In this case, we have an example of just no questions. Did he have a good time? Yes, he did. Or no, he didn't. Those are the short answers, right? Did they get badly? Yes, they did. Or the negative? No, they didn't. The information questions or double H questions. Like, where did she go? She went to Italy. When did his flight leave? At 6:45. What did you do every day? He visited museums. How many countries did they see? 3. Who did you go with? I went with my sister. But with who? You don't need the auxiliary verb. Who went with you? My sister went with me. Just something that we have to remember and take in mind is that most of the all of the regular verbs ends in letter D or ed. And here we have some examples of regular verbs: visited, watched, played. Some verbs that only you have to add D, like arrive, change, like. And remember that when there is a verb that ends in Y and before it has a consonant, you have to change by I and add ed. Like study, studied. Try, tried. And some irregular verbs. As its name says, they are irregular because they change. Buy, bought. In the present, do, past, did. Drink, drank. Eat, ate. Find, found. Fly, flew. Get, got. Go, went. Have, had. Leave, left. See, saw. Sit, sat. Sleep, slept. Spend, spent. Swim, swam. Take, took. Okay, I will present you now some examples about or past experiences. My last meal at the restaurant was delicious and amazing. My bus trip this morning was long and relaxing. My last vacation was short and great. The weather last night was cool and rainy. My dinner yesterday was gluten-free. So as you can see here, all the ones that are in color red are adjectives that help us to talk about different experiences. And now here we can see the conjunction and that help us to join two adjectives or two ideas. But the conjunction but help us to express contrast. Okay? Why? Because what happened says, my trip this morning was long but relaxing. Okay? El viaje en bus esta mañana fue largo pero relajante. So estamos expresando un contraste de ideas, ¿verdad? Okay, this is a short reading talking about a past experience for your health and well-being. The perfect gateway to the Bugis Gary Spa and Hotel in Bali, Indonesia. At home, we work really hard and we needed some time off. Our spa vacation to Bali was perfect. They really took care of us. My wife and I enjoyed excellent healthy meals and some interesting workshops on healthy living and meditation. It was so quiet there. For exercise, we went swimming and bike riding. I'm going back again next year. Jason K. from Seattle, US. We're going to continue learning more adjectives, in this case to talk about bad experiences. Talking about the weather, we can say the weather was terrible. The weather was really awful. The weather was pretty bad. The weather was terrible. Talking about the people that we can use is the people were unfriendly. The people were cold, so they don't want to speak. They lost my luggage. Someone stole my wallet. This vocabulary helps us to talk about good experiences. The weather was amazing. The weather was fantastic. The weather was terrific. And the weather was wonderful. So you have to be very careful because, and don't get confused. Terrific it means that it was excelente, fue genial. Eso significa terrific is a positive adjective, but terrible is a negative one. The people were so friendly. The people were so warm. They found my luggage. Someone returned my wallet, so they are very honest people here. Finally, I would like to share this quotation with you. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So let's continue study and learning a lot. Thanks for your attention. Any question? Remember that you can contact me at my email or but the chat in the platform. Goodbye.